Well, for more analysis, we're joined from Cairo by Mr. Amr Ahmed, Iranian affairs specialist, writer. Good evening to you, sir, and welcome to In Focus. Now, Mr. Ahmed, former Foreign Minister, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi described the current relations between Iran and Germany, France, and the UK as declining, which is a lose-lose situation. Now, how do you interpret the cause behind the current decline in relations between Tehran and the European Troika?
Relations between Iran and European countries witness a great tension due to the escalation with the enrichment related to the Iranian nuclear program. There was a visit a week before there was a visit from the AEA in the last week. During such a visit, the international agency proposed to have some sort of interference between the agency and the group of Troika with respect to the talks with the US. But currently, due to the Iranian foreign minister's statement, is attempted to ease the atmosphere with European countries in case of any clashes that took place with the US. So would have some sort of an other zone that we can rely on, such as European countries. Iran and US totally rejected the European interventions, but on the other hand, Iran do not wish to lose European relations and to have some sort of a role in case there is an agreement to take place between Iran and US.
Right, Mr. Araghchi, or the Iranian foreign minister, mentioned proposing cooperation not just on nuclear issues, but across all mutual areas of concern. Now, what might a broader framework of cooperation between Iran and the three countries look like from your point of view?
Several fields of cooperation between European countries and Iran. Basic of the issue is a nuclear file, the big dilemma. There is a limited economic cooperation. A set of French corporations along with the German companies in the framework of the free trade exchange between Iran and this country. But the big issue is relying on the nuclear file. If European countries did not abide with a decreased level of enrichment of uranium, so these countries threaten, in case of Iran never abide with the rate of increase and never let to the supervisor of the IEA to inspect the nuclear site, would result to the UN Security Council which is the 7th article, to open the options started by economic sanctions and to end up with the military strike. But Iran never wished to go through these phases currently, as long as there is some sort of an approachment between the US along with the Iranian parties in case of there is a potential agreement to take place.
Mm-hmm. Now, Araghchi indicated that despite initiating talks in New York last September, the European Troika opted out and chose the hard way. What could have led to that decision, and how might this renewed proposal for talks change the response?
With respect respect to the potential talks supposedly to take place in Oman on Wednesday, but were postponed to Saturday. So the upcoming Saturday will witness some meetings on the level of expert and technical teams and with the political level. Iran never wishes for the US envoy to tackle the missile talks and to have the talks upon the rates of enrichment and the nuclear program and following the phase of an inspection by US and IAEA. Currently, what happened in the talks that took place in Rome? Statement by Arakshi said that the US negotiator never tackle any issues out of the context of which is the nuclear program, which is a positive indicator. That means that Russia proposed some proposals to Iran as the missile program is linked to the national security of Iran that could be out of the negotiations on the table. Everyone understands this point. And what is following in the upcoming Saturday, the output will be technically on the level of experts, hence will be have some sort of an agreement so related to the rates of enrichment that would lead to some other countries such as Russia. All these matters will be followed on Saturday.
Right. Now, following consultations in Moscow and Beijing, Arakshi said he is ready to visit Paris, Berlin, and London. How might regional or international support play a role in facilitating any renewed dialogue?
Certainly, Chinese do not wish to lose the European countries. The Chinese realize very well that the European countries will get affected negatively by the US imposed tariff by Donald Trump. If there is a great cooperation between through the road of the and the treat, so the China will be the winner. The other point, China is very much keen to foster the ties between Iran and the EU. During the agreement of 2015, the European country was participated, such as France, that this would flourish the Iranian economy. Russia, in this time, do not wish to have any confrontation or open fronts with Iran, along with the EU, and in the meantime with US. So the great players demanded from Iran the calm, and the other part that Iran never wished to negotiate in two fronts, meaning from one hand with the US and from the other hand to have some sort of tension and escalation with European countries. Iran is trying to calm things on other levels, or rather in all levels, and Russia is supporting this approach.
Now, indirect nuclear talks between Iran and the US are still ongoing in Muscat and Rome. Now, how might European involvement influence these parallel negotiations, or would it influence them at all?
If the talk is about the talks, they are indirect talks, but if the talks between Russia with the US regarding the Ukrainian war, so we cannot isolate the Iranian talks and the Russian-US talks. There are open windows between these two directions. The Russian partners are playing a great role to transfer the Iranian mindset to the Iranian side and trying to play its role to escalate the matters with respect to the Russian-Ukrainian war. And the other part, these talks, along with the upcoming on Saturday, that will go in very positive way, and the Iranian negotiator, and let me have a pause with respect to the important statement with Arakchi's statement through which he talked about Iran that is intended to establish 19 or nuclear centers, and calling the US to invest in the nuclear technology of Iran. Iran needs to possess the Iranian technology, and China has no rejection.
Right.
And hence, we should differentiate between the possession of the nuclear technology and the technology or the nuclear weapons.
That's very clear, Mr. Amr. We thank you so much, Mr. Amr Ahmed, Iranian affairs specialist writers, for your insights.